What's going on, YouTube? It's Christian back here, and it's been a minute, a real long minute. And this video, I'm kind of going to be explaining why it is that, I haven't been posting on YouTube. And I'm also going to be basically just talking about, my content moving forward and stuff like that. And so basically, when I first started YouTube, I think right now there's about 3 videos on my YouTube channel besides this one. And for me, the first video was cool. Then after the first video, I was kind of like, okay, where do I go from here? Because my first video was like kind of an introduction to the channel, stuff like that. It did pretty good at the time. And so I was like, okay, so where do I go from now? And so my second video really wasn't even supposed to be a video. It was just me really just vlogging at the time with somebody else's camera. And then since I was already doing YouTube, I said, you know what, why not put it out? Like, if you go look back at the video is not that long. And the clips and stuff, some of the stuff doesn't even match up because it's like it wasn't intended to be a YouTube video. Like it was just something like I kind of did it and I was like, oh, shoot, like I need to post something. So I posted that. And my third video was me kind of getting into why I had cut my hair. And that was probably the last video that after that I was like, you know what, like, all right, whatever, like YouTube, I'll get back to you. And so the reason that I haven't been on YouTube posting and stuff like that, honestly, it was because, like, for me, when I first started YouTube, like I said, I had 3 videos, and after that I just kind of didn't know where to go. And so for me, it took me going through kind of a stage or season, you could say, of kind of like having my head run around in circles, my mental health being terrible, for me to kind of get back in, I guess you could say, that mode or something like that, like just to log back in. And so when I was kind of going through that, and when I was praying to God, I've been praying to God and stuff, and after that, like, I was praying to God, like, I want to do content. That's something I want to do. But God, what type of content should I do? And I kept feeling it, and I thought it was like maybe no. And then I would always see on my Instagram reels, my TikTok, like Christian influencers saying like, oh, like, even though it's not for everybody, but like you should be public about your faith and stuff like that. And for me, it kept weighing on me that I should be making Christian content. And so the problem with that for me was I was never really one at first to go public, I guess. Like in person, I wasn't one to go public. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, there was times where I would be posting like faith-based stuff, like on my Instagram, my Snapchat, my TikTok, whatever it was. But if you were with me in person, like, I'm not gonna lie, you would be like, this is the same dude, like, really? And so that for me was like I've never been public about my faith and stuff like that. And for me, that was like, I don't know if I can do this. And so it kept weighing on me. And then I was like, all right, you know what? Like, okay, let me do it. And so, I've been doing it on Instagram, on TikTok and stuff like that. But I also felt like YouTube was a good platform for me too, because honestly, who doesn't use YouTube? Everybody uses YouTube. And so for me, the biggest thing is using what God has given me to glorify him. So like Instagram, I have 800 something followers. 800 people view my stuff. So instead of me posting, me in freaking wherever, like in DR or whatever, like posting stuff like that, why not post something with meaning if I know 800 people are going to see it? Even more than 800 people, So for me, I started getting in the habit of making content with purpose, because like I said, I was making content just to make content and put it out, not really caring like, okay, this video is done. All right, I'll just post it, whatever, we're good. And then sit there and look for the views. But now I got to the point where I'm making content with purpose. So from now on, with my content, I'm using my content, the platforms God has given me, to glorify Him. And, a lot of people go through a lot of struggles that they don't talk about, that nobody sees. And I feel like as a believer, we should all be, and like for fellow believers, we should all be, public, but also like, how do I, like, not sugarcoat, just be real. Like, we should all really be like how we portray ourselves to be, like, oh, like, I don't want to be like, for me, it was the hardest thing for me to be on Instagram posting stuff about faith and stuff. And then you see me in public, like with my friends and stuff, like, just like goofing around doing stuff, I shouldn't be doing, talking the way I shouldn't be talking, stuff like that. And so for me, that's my main thing. Like, I'm now pushing content that has purpose. And, like this YouTube channel I'm going to be making, I have a testimony video that I was supposed to binge drop way back in 2024. I'm remaking. I got a testimony video. I got a few other videos that I'm going to be dropping after this one. But this is kind of me coming back on YouTube, using YouTube as a way to glorify God, because at the end of the day, like, it all points back to Him. It all points back to Him. And to kind of end this video, I want to read a Bible verse. One Bible verse that I kind of wish I would have read when I was going through it, I guess you could say. Matthew 11:28 says, "Then Jesus said, 'Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest.'" So with that, for that person who is feeling tired, who is on the verge of giving up and doesn't know where else to look, go to God. You bring God your problems and He will bring you rest. He will, all the burdens that you're carrying, all the shame, the anxiety, the depression, all of that, bring it to God and He will give you rest. I want to kind of end off every video with the Bible verse like that to kind of encourage you guys. But yeah, that's it for this video. Next video I'm going to drop hopefully next week. But thank you for everybody who supports, who watches, who likes, who shares, stuff like that. And yeah, God bless you.